Hey Taurus, so someone has some bad juju on them. That's the channel message that I'm picking up on, that I was picking up very loudly. Like someone has some bad juju on them, bad karma. They may be going through certain different karmic experiences, and this may be the reason why this person is kind of staying away from you, is because they don't want to bring whatever they got on them over to you. Now this could just be like a bloodline thing. Like maybe someone has some type of attachment entity or something that they've been battling with. This could be addictions. This could be a plethora of things. So take it how it resonates. But this person is staying away from you so you can get ahead, okay? Because if this person comes into your life with that energy on them, it feels as if it can slow down your abundance or make it difficult for you to get ahead in life. Now let's say, for example, forces are working against you and another person. Those forces can pretty much affect your life in conjunction with them. So it's like that Hancock movie, right? The further you guys are away from each other, the safer the other person will be, or vice versa. So to a degree, I feel like this is someone that views you as like headlines. Okay, something about headlines starting soon. They view you as someone that's going to go far in life. You're going to do a lot of great things. And even if they aren't able to do it with you, they want you to go out there and be the best version of yourself. They want you to go out there, shine bright like a diamond, do whatever it is that you want to do. This person genuinely has a level of love with you that supersedes time, space, or anyone that you could possibly deal with. So whether or not you're single, whether or not you're involved, this isn't someone that's possessive over you in a way where they would be trying to clock who you're dating, who you're talking to. They would be trying to, look at you like you can't, like I'm not picking up somebody that would treat you different even if you guys were separate and you were talking to someone else or whatever. They wouldn't look at you any differently. They wouldn't look at you any less. It wouldn't hurt them in that way. For whatever reason, this person has a very keen perspective around these types of matters. So like I said, I'm not picking up someone that has a lot of possessive energy, but I do feel as if both of you are connected in some way to karmic experiences or relationships that, like, maybe your unconditional love and the way that you unconditionally love in general is meant to be like a lesson for many other people. So from a karmic's perspective, your person may be trying to focus on changing your person and trying to get them to be more possessive and be more controlling and be more intentional about caring where they go, what they do, how they do it. This person doesn't care. And it's not that they don't love, it's that they're not possessive or they're not controlling. They don't have a desire to do those things. They really want to see that person succeed. And I feel like you have to be someone that I'm picking up in this channel message that also resonates with that type of lifestyle. You may be very unconventional, but I feel like this person is protective of you. Do I feel like they look over you? Yes. From above, from around a corner, I don't know. This person doesn't have to be on your social media or close to you in order to check in on you or to make sure that you're good. If this person starts to feel like your journey is getting difficult, they do pull back, okay? That's the energy that I'm picking up on. So if y'all are new, welcome to our Love Nest over here on Talk Taurus Tarot. And if you're returning, welcome back, you guys. Today's channel message came out a little bit differently. So we're going to lead with love because something is not over. Something is actually starting up, like it's a very new beginning. I've been picking up on this energy of feeling as if time has been going backwards. So you may feel like you're young again, in high school again. You may have like experiences or interactions with people where it's like, I'm staying on the phone for hours. I'm interacting. I'm doing things that, I haven't done since I was in high school. There's something about time is rewinding backwards, and you're getting another opportunity or a second chance. So a lot of this energy right now as a collective feels like second chances for things. Like, would you repeat the same thing if you had an opportunity to do it differently? So let's say, for example, it feels like we're going backwards 20 plus years, 20 or more plus years. Where were you during that time? Like, what were you doing? What were you up to? What was your lifestyle like? If for 20 years you lived one life, fast forward, right? And you went through the struggles, you went through the growing pains, you've learned many lessons, you had many failures. If you've said for the past 20 years, I wish I could do something different. If I did it differently, I would have done this instead of that. That's kind of like this portal that has kind of opened up where many of you Taurians are being offered an opportunity to go back. Like a time warp. Like you're going back to the past. Not necessarily to bring something with you, but these could be new players, new roles in your life, but they may remind you of key roles or players in your first timeline, right? So you meet someone, let's say you meet someone new, and there's a sense of familiarity or resonance where you might feel like you know them, or there's that soulmate connection. But you've had that feeling before. It may feel like deja vu. It may feel like something of familiar, right? In evaluating the past 20 years, what's happening right now, it's like you're going to find yourself in deja vu situations. You're going to find yourself like back when you were in high school, back when you were doing something. And those key players that you met in during that time are going to kind of feel like they're showing up to you in the spirit, right? In some capacity. Now, for many of you, this may be to force you to heal those things, right? You never had that, you never heard like, okay, stay with me, okay? Because my brain is just doing something it's supposed to do. You know how you've heard stories, some of us have heard stories of like older people, right? They'll be like, oh, stay in that relationship or be with that person or something like that, because when you get older, you'll realize that even if you moved on to another person or you got in another relationship, they're all the same. Like, you're gonna still go through the same struggles, you're gonna still go through the same ups and downs. You think that you're running away from a situation and you're gonna get better, but you're gonna find yourself dealing with the same thing. It's almost as if they're sharing their experience of this time in their life where nothing is new under the sun. Nothing that we do goes unnoticed. Nothing that we do is overlooked or swept under the rug. We are always being called to revisit it. Okay? Because we have to be aware, we have to become aware or made conscious that we may be holding on so tight to one person, but we're not realizing that that one person is an expression of many souls. Okay? But in order for us to get that bigger perspective or that bigger insight, we're guided from person to person. Now, according to society and status and things like that, there is only one person. You know what I'm saying? And having multiple lovers or having a very open perspective around love is frowned upon. Okay? It's a level of evolution that, yes, we are not there yet, but it's like one of those topics or conversations where you can't ignore it. You have to start talking about it. And it's only through conversation where we start opening up our lotus flower and we start perceiving more than one thing. But it's nothing new under the sun, right? If you just look back culturally, different things, certain things weren't looked at as a bad thing. Certain things weren't perceived to be taboo or perceived to be wrong. It's only under the confines of certain structures or governmental structures and systems where, you know, a man having multiple wives is frowned upon, okay? We're talking about, yes, America, but we're also speaking about the integration of this melting pot, right? And if you're all over the world, there's so many different versions of existence being expressed at once. And I don't think this is about you deciding which one you want and sticking to it. I feel like it's an uncomfortable space because it's outside of the comfort zone, and that's why it's being brought up. That's why it's crossing paths with people that share different perspectives, and just so that the universe can continue challenging you, right? Because if you get one lesson and you've mastered that, in order for you to continue growing and be in this on this earth of growth because you're alive, then the universe has to trigger you, has to test you, has to kind of see like, all right, what another area are you ready to do? What next thing are we ready to tackle? And it's not like it's about a lesson to like cringe up and pull back. It's more or less like you're healing generational patterns, you're healing generational chains, and in order to do that, you got to just start living, and you got to start networking and collaborating, just seeing how differences of opinion do exist. And I feel like many of this is just a preparation. Certain ones of these experiences just prepares you to deal with the what is it? Is it cognitive dissonance of other people that are not aware of what you understand or understand. That's what this is about. But something is about to happen, and I feel as if I need to sip something because something is starting over. Something's about to start, but it feels like a redo. Okay, for some of you, this is dating someone new. Like I said, you're gonna get a redo. I wish I could just like sometimes close my eyes and just hook my brain up to like a projector and just let let the trailer play out, because it could take me forever to just describe the trailer that is playing in my head. Okay, so give me a second. I need sticks. I need some objects. Okay. Okay, now I'm about to become a teacher. All right, so let's say this is, let's say you're in high school and you meet someone. On that timeline for 20 years or more, maybe on and off, maybe you never met this person, maybe y'all went separate ways, they're out the picture. Okay. You meet someone. Let's say you meet someone in college or wherever. You're dating. You go your separate ways. So I'm going to give you two analogies. One for those of you that did choose the life path, because this is a game of life. So some of you chose to go, when you came to this moment, you chose to go the life path, and some of you chose to go the career or education path. If you chose to go the life path, I'm going to talk to you guys first. So let's say, you met someone in high school, and that person, and you made it to a certain point on your journey or a certain marker on your journey. So you have those asterisks of experiences, and this person is out the picture. Let's say someone else comes in. Let's say this person decides to go down the career path and y'all go your separate ways or whatever. This person comes in and they want to start a life with you. This person that wants to start a life with you wants to get the ball rolling, right? Slam dunk, scoosh. They want to put it in. They want to start life. They want to get things rolling. They may want to move in. They may want to like boom, 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 boom. It goes really fast. Let's say you do that. Let's say you start having kids. Let's say your life looks like it's changing between, high school, college, and now. Somewhere along those 20 years of your past and now, you have had a significant figure in your life that has changed your perspective. You've gone through many karmic lessons and many karmic experiences. Ray Tay Tay. Now that those cycles have ended, you're coming up to a point of judgment. And the universe is testing you, right? Because as this person is exiting out of your life, someone else is coming in. Now, I want you to imagine that the person that you have made it with over the past 20 years or however long, take away the idea of this person being a vessel or a person. And I want you to kind of perceive that person as a soul. Okay? Now this soul has, like, let's say 20 different rays of existence that it is currently experiencing simultaneously at the same time, currently in the reality that you're experiencing. That oversoul that it's connecting to has returned, okay, has gathered the information, and on that first journey of that 20 years, that person's information, now this person could have died and got that information back. Like, let's say they passed away, and maybe you were with that spouse and the spouse died and they returned back to source, okay, the source of that consciousness. That information of everything that they learned with you is now integrated. So they're going to come back through the existence of a download of themselves in the expression of another body, another shell, another version of themselves, another variant of themselves. It is the same soul, but a different vessel. This soul is going to have certain information that you will only know. Now, let's say that first soul that you dealt with didn't quite get it right, but they have the wisdom compacted through their experience with you in that oversoul. So when you're guided to the next person, it's like they've already learned those lessons because it's been downloaded into them like information. Believe what you want to believe, but this is the channel message. This is how Spirit is showing it to me, okay? Now, here you have the same version of what you once wanted with this person, but maybe they died, right? Or maybe they was too immature, they never got their shit together, or whatever the reasons were. Maybe they cheated on you and you guys were never able to reconcile. Let's say that they go off and live another life and move on with someone else, but they just have this, they just wake up one day and they're just like, you know what, I want to move on. That information to divert the plan and go somewhere else is coming from this, the source, not the person. So the source is determining whether or not you guys have acquired all that you needed to acquire from each other. You guys have completed all that you guys needed to complete with each other. So now the information is there. Now I want you to understand, if this source is contracted to show up in many different variations in order to complete whatever it is you came here to complete, when this clock rewinds for those of you that I'm speaking to right now. Another variation of this soul is coming towards you very soon, or they already have. Now, you may feel apprehensive and they may be helping you heal certain parts, because it's also going to be them that helps you heal. So let's say, for example, you meet someone and they remind you of that ex, or you meet someone and they trigger you like your ex, and you're wondering, why is this happening? You know, you remind me of that girl, you remind me of that boy, and why do I feel this way towards you, and I don't even know you? I'm just trying to get to know you. Why do I feel like I know you already? Why is this happening? You're getting a second chance. Okay? The person is similar to that person, but they are not the same, as in flesh, as in, you know, a lot of different things, specific life journeys, but they are, let's say, an upgraded version. And when I say upgraded version, I mean they have gone through all the lessons that you were going through with that previous person. They have mastered all the different struggles, right? So they are a lot patient. They're at a pace or a place in their life where they are not as controlling or as possessive or as held on too tight to certain things. They know how to let go. They know how to let go because that information of what happens and the consequences of how that's expressed has already been returned back to that source. Okay? Now this can happen in the process of just going to sleep. It doesn't have to be like you die and you come back. The information of how that is captured can be just as quick. Now, I want to talk about copying, cloning, and prototypes and different things, creators, and, you know, the scientists of that design, okay? Because there's a difference. The soul that I'm referring to feels like a data bank, okay? If a data bank of information, it feels as if it is foreign, okay? Foreign to I want to say foreign. They're like, it's like a malignant, or how do I say it? It's like a parasite. Because remember, just like how the process of how source recreates itself, to experience itself, that consciousness, the same concept of copying that interconnected intelligence and duplicating it and then doing it itself. It's hard to explain, Spirit, give me the words. So you know how I gave y'all an example one time of how pretty much if you have like thing that grows in your tubes, I don't know what it's called, give me a second. Y'all can fast forward this part if you want, but I'm just gonna keep the camera rolling. Let's call it a malignant tumor. Is it a tumor? That's a tumor. Okay. A melatomas. I think it's a melatomas. Okay. Let's see. It's asking, what is it? What is it called? when fetus is in side, turn it down. Let's say fallopian tube. Yeah, let's say if it's in the fallopian tube. Okay. Okay, I know a topic pregnancy. That's not what I'm looking for. Damn. It's like one of those things where they call it like a creature. They call it a creature where what happens is um it's like a creature. It will literally kind of like take a copy, a duplicate of the information of the child, of that it was, that was fertilizing the egg, and then it can live inside of you. You could be born with it inside of you. This could be, but it's living. Like it's living. Like, so when they take it out of you, they technically kill it because it's like it has hair, it has teeth, it has all these different remnants of being a living, breathing entity inside of you. Now, like I said, they have the physical definitions of things, and then they have the spiritual definitions of things. What I feel like is there are sometimes the same concept of what we go through in the body or how we interact with the environment in our nature. There's also a spiritual element of that same model or replica being experienced or expressed in the spiritual realm or in the supernatural realm, right? So with holding that in mind, the concept of the existence or the download, upload or download of information into our consciousness, into our subconscious mind, and how we move and what motivates us. It's no different than playing Sims, right? The Sims game models an oversoul, okay? As an oversoul, you can sit there at the beginning of Sims and create multiple different players, but they all have the same creator, right? And I feel as if you're about to run into a familiar, and that familiar is gonna give you a second chance. If you had a second chance, would you choose the same path, or with a different person but the same person? Or would you choose a totally different route that's completely unknown, that's unfamiliar to you? You have absolutely no control over, you don't know what to expect. There's an element where someone that you're going to meet is going to remind you of someone, but they are familiar to where you came from, okay? Whether that be behavior, certain conversations, or you just sense like you remind me of someone that maybe is no longer here, or you remind me of someone that wasn't able to get their shit together, but they may not even be promising you that they're going to be better or whatever, but they just have like where you can tell they would be better, but you're asking yourself if that storyline is still the one you want to co-create with over the next 20 plus years, right? So you're being offered an option, and at this round table, it's like everyone that is helping you, guide you on the planet. When you come to this room and you guys are deliberating what your next moves are about to be, it feels as if you're in a space of evaluating character. You're in a space of evaluating, the traits. What are some of the traits? Because I feel like some of you there's something about the traits and specific traits and markers in the genetics that you are particularly looking for. But these other options are coming in as familiars, and they have similar markers and similar traits. There's an element of these traits that Yes, they can be duplicated, but they can't, it's almost like they fall off, or they collapse on themselves faster. They have a shifting energy, okay? It's very interesting, okay, how they're showing it to me. So it's like they can hold up that, they can pretty much duplicate it long enough to where it can last, but it's going to have a cycle. It has an ending period. And that's what separates authentic versus copy or mimicking, right? They'll only be able to perform under the right circumstances, under the right conditions, because they fold on themselves, okay? Under pressure, they fold on themselves. They're wired that way to collapse on themselves. I don't know why they're using that word like that. But it's interesting because it's almost as if I feel like you're being given a mission, or you're getting being given some type of mission, because I feel like you're being given some type of mission, and in this mission you're gonna have the same option. Maybe the one that went down the career path is gonna come back around. Now I need y'all to comprehend this, because it's like these could be two new people now, but you're gonna feel like one option is one that you've always wanted, but that person is stuck. That person is unable to awaken. That person is asleep. They're unable to see the bigger picture. They're unable to move on, whatever, guilt, whatever. Maybe they're guilty because they went the career path and they didn't get to, do something with you, or vice versa. This person is stuck in guilt, regret, remorse, and they're crippled by it. So they're not going to change this lifetime. They will eventually, but they have to return to source and get like a hard reset. Okay, so scratch that. We're talking about two new people within the span of the past 2 to 3 years. Okay, so think back 2 to 3 years. Where were you? What were you doing between now and then? You have to meet in order for you to have this same travel backwards in time, because you're time traveling right now. Someone is time traveling forwards, backwards, sides, forwards. It's giving very dragonfly energy. You're not bound by the constructs of parallel on the X and Y axis. You can go forward, backwards. You have all full range mobility, unlike you had before. And that's because you have officially taken control over your mainframe, if you know what that means. So which means you are no longer being controlled by the person playing your character, or the source, controlling your character. You're actually, you've taken that position. Okay? It's in your computer. The computer is in a safe space, safe place, your mainframe. Okay? So now there's one person in your most recent existence that you see immense amount of potential with. That person may be more focused on the career path, but they remind you of someone from 20 years ago that as well was asking for patience. But maybe you weren't able to be patient, and you were very hasty, and you jumped into something with option number 2. That choice is here again. Okay? So you're being asked with this person that's focusing on their career path or doing X, Y, and Z, that's asking for more patience. Right? And then you have another person that's ready to get the ball rolling. Now think back 20 years. These two options, who are they to you? What does their spirit look like? What does their spirit feel like? How does your body respond? Do you feel safe? Do you feel at ease? Do you feel tense? Do you feel like, tell me what you feel. Tell me what you're looking for. Tell me what you feel. Because I feel as if you're right back at that moment where you're about to make a decision and your life is going to start. Now, many of you, whatever decision you make, it's going to look, yes, it's going to be a lot better, right? But you may be one of those older people in your ancestry in the future that will say to the younger generation, when you choose that same familiar energy, different body, different person, ain't nothing connected to your past, you're going to be saying, I realized that that was the same person. You're going to be saying, same everything, you know, we still had to work through the same struggles, we still had to go through those same growing pains of that journey, but it reminds you of that other person, except this person hasn't done anything yet to hurt you, or this person hasn't done anything to prove to you that they are no good for you, which means you're gonna go 10 years into the future and they may repeat the same pattern, or they may repeat the same mistake of that first choice you made 20 years ago. And by then you're too old, right? By then you're saying to yourself, I don't even care no more. I'm too old for this shit. Cause you're nesting now. You're resting. You're preparing your resting place to even just leave this entire, you know, experience. So that's what your journey will look like. And it's not as if it will, you know, I'm not saying this person is going to be horrible or different things like that, but you're going to get an opportunity to work on the things that you weren't able to work with the person that refused to grow up or refused to, you know, evolve and things like that. They are more evolved, but they're not perfect. So understand that. Boom. Option 2 or option 1, your journey or your timeline that I am foreseeing, okay, that's being shown to me, is going to look like you will go through certain growing pains of, you know, the challenges of the work life, the challenges of making time for each other, having a lot of time for each other. But one of the things that you will not have to worry about is it feels as if you won't have to worry about this person putting another person above you or choosing. There's something about this other option where you don't have to worry about where this person's heart is and where their mind, heart, soul, body, all that is. You're not going to have to worry about that. They are going to be about their paper. They are going to be about their money. And there are going to be growing pains in regards to navigating that. Now, I don't feel like this is a path where you guys are just sitting around looking at each other. I feel like you both are going to feel the need to focus on your own purposes and come together. You're going to re-energize each other, repurpose experiences, but you're not going to have to doubt. There's just something about the soul where you're not going to feel as if this person would betray you. Okay, so it depends on what you value. If you don't mind a little rough around the edges types of experiences, maybe the occasional betrayals or the occasional arguments and upsets, go for option 2. If you want to, you know, if you want to feel pressure about confronting your comfort zones and improving yourself and growing with the intention of going through the comforting experiences, but doing it together and having trust as the core that's never broken, then go to option 1. Nonetheless, you're starting your new life. You're at this moment when you see this, even if you see it years from now, if you feel like you're at that moment where you're about to make a decision between old and new, or 2 new people, and you're trying to decide which new direction is better for you, take a look at your past relationships and identify who they are, what spirit they carry, what characteristics and traits do they possess, how did you feel. Go talk to your past self and ask your past self, what headspace were you in? How did you feel when you went through those experiences? And then leave clues for her or him, okay? Because, yeah, that was the download that came in for me. Yeah, we have the Lovers, okay? Because it feels like it's a choice between unconditional love and conditional love. Okay, yes, option 2 will love you under the conditions that you know, maybe you need to validate them. Maybe you need to tell them how you feel. Maybe they're going to need attention. Maybe they're going to need affection. You know, they're going to need to be cared for, or told often. Maybe they're going to need attention. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they struggle with being alone, or if you're not, keeping them abreast or keeping them up to date, they start to feel like you're moving on, and it starts to become an insecurity, things like that. Yeah, Spirit is trying to help you avoid a disaster. Okay? If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. Because I feel like this Tower moment here that's coming in is trying to help you avoid hitting another pitfall. Hitting another pitfall. And it's going to come through you forgiving, Taurus. To avoid this pitfall, you're going to have to forgive your exes. Straight up. You're going to have to forgive your exes. You're going to have to forgive your fathers. You're going to have to forgive your forefathers, your foremothers. You're going to have to forgive in order for you to reacclimate back into society. I feel like you're reacclimating back into society, and you're being reborn anew, or you're having this renewal. Like I said, you're getting like a second chance. You are getting a second chance at love. And it comes through self-love. It comes through finding peace through the turmoil. Okay? And as you're returning to society and you're feeling rejected and you feel like you want to pull away, it's like, yes, I'm going to run into situations where, people reject me, but I don't have to get to a space where I'm just self-destructive to the point where I'm going to go settle for the next best thing, right? I'm worth investing and focusing my intentions a lot more intentional than that, than to let someone telling me they don't want to be with me take me down a path that can fuck me up for the next 10 years. You know what I'm saying? These are triggers that I'm seeing here. When you're told you can't have something, there tends to be like a spiral of chaos that starts to unravel within you, where you become self-destructive. This could be through overeating, overindulging. This could be through, being mad, or just going to go fuck someone else to make yourself feel better. I don't know. It's going to look different for everybody. Because it's the discomfort of feeling hurt. So I feel like through every experience that you've gone through, this entire healing process thus far has been about learning how to feel pain without trying to cope or use something to help you cope through it, or place something in the place of a familiar pain or familiar hurt. This has all been about you no longer numbing yourself to pain. So everything that you have been going through has been about learning how to find healthier methods when it comes to processing pain, grievances, and trauma, versus taking that pain and allowing it to make you say, fuck it. Why have standards if I can't be with the person I love? Fuck it. Why even eat healthy if I'm going to die anyway? There's extremes that's in your DNA that need to be removed. But in order for you to learn how to remove it, you've had to go through so many failures for the past 20 years in order for you to learn how to process being alone, how to process being rejected, how to process your feelings. Pretty much repressed feelings as that. And I don't even just mean repressed feelings from you. I mean repressed feelings from the father womb, okay? Because this is masculine energy. This is the emperor energy around your stability, authority figures failing you, father figures failing you. Your mother could have been a father figure. So it doesn't have to mean a gender, but this is a father womb. This is gut-wrenching pain of, I should have never had to go through this. So you numb yourself from the experience of this familiar pain, but really is going into the thick of it where you're going to be able to accept and move on. Okay? Now, how you get into the thick of it is, because we have green, red, purple, blue. The only thing we don't have is, no, we have all 4 elements. All 4 have to check out. All 4 elements have to check. You have to check in with all 4 elements. Actions. Right? Mind, body, and spirit. You gotta have all of it. So when you're looking at the characters of people in your life and how they show up and who you're going to choose and why you're choosing them to even be in your life, all 4 areas, all 4 elements need to check out. Does their actions reflect what their words say? Does their mind perceive what your mind perceives? Are y'all in alignment with your mind? How does your body respond? Are you afraid? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel butterflies? Is it infatuation? Is it lust? Is it love? You're going to have to check in with your mind, body, heart, spirit, and you're going to have to ask yourself these questions. So this is, no matter what, Spirit is saying, it's going to be your due diligence and your responsibility in order to break this chain, not to focus on avoiding the repeating the processes of your parents. No, this is about you doing the uncomfortable shit. See, it's easier for people to say stay in situations because you don't want to repeat what your forefathers did or grow up in a broken home. The reason why they chose to stick together, even though it was toxic and unhealthy, was because it was the easier option. The harder option was always walking away and figuring it out separately. Why? Because it would require severance of deeds and ties and things like that. And it would make you be more responsible for yourself and not just feel as if, oh, I got my partner, I can lean on them too. So that codependency tie was created a long, long time ago. But it was with the initiative to make it easier. So when they stay together, they say, oh, it's not easy being together. No, it was easier to stay together because it was harder to feel the pain of doing it on your own. It was harder to feel the pain of having to sit with yourself and feel the discomforts of your trauma, ancestrally, genetically, whatever. So what you're doing, what Spirit is showing me, is that with every relationship or evaluation of your relationships, there is light, enlightenment there for you. There is wisdom to take from those situations. You do not have to repeat the cycle again with another variant of that same energy, because you've already caught them all. Like, you've already caught the 5 components of those, the 5 elements of your discomforts. So now that you've already identified all the red flags, now it's time to compare them with green flags. But if you never experienced green flags, it can feel like imposter syndrome, like you're trying to figure out what the fuck is a green flag. You know what I'm saying? How do I know I'm not just hallucinating or making excuses for somebody? You're not going to know. But one thing you will know is that when there's a conflict, there will be conversation. This person will not shut you out. They will not chastise you. They will not make you feel as if you say no, that there's a consequence. If you say and you're not engaging mentally the way that they want you to, that there's going to be reparations around it. There will be no retaliation for you taking a stance. This person will talk to you. Okay? I also feel like this person will give you time alone, and they won't feel like you need to come back, or, oh, you needed to take 5 minutes to yourself, so I'm mad. No, this person's going to be mature enough to know, I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? There's something about you not having to worry. Okay? Period. You're not having to worry about someone restricting their love from you when things get difficult, or someone utilizing the things that they do for you as a way to punish you or make you feel as if, you know, they're just not gonna do that. Is this energy going to be very authoritative in their own right? Absolutely. But one thing you're not gonna have to worry about is them walking away from you off no jealous shit or no gossiping shit. And this is what this person wants to make sure as well, that you're not going to allow their social life or the moments where they're working and you guys are separate from each other to get to your head and make you feel as if they're performing some type of great scandal over you. You know what I'm saying? They want to know that you have found peace in your personal life experiences and your relationships, that you have a balanced social life for yourself and a balanced, you know, perspective around being alone, learning how to be alone by yourself. That you're done with boastful, arrogant people that feel entitled or self-righteous into forcing people to do things when they want it and how they want it. Passive aggressive energy. This person wants to make sure you're not trying to be like that, you know, that energy. Like, this is what I'm seeing here. And that's kind of like how you're going to know. Because I feel like this person is around a lot of people that gossip. They're around a lot of people that, you know, have low self-esteem, and they're very imbalanced in their personal lives and in their social life. And they sit back and they watch this shit happen time and time again. Yep. So, one of the telltale signs of who this person may be, this is someone that definitely has some type of mantle, responsibility. This is someone that has, you know, some type of leadership position, boss position. This is someone that spends a lot of time alone. Like I said, this is giving me very older energy. mature energy, very mature. You would have to be very mature to be with someone like this. I feel as if this is someone that has had maybe multiple people that have said things about them, you know, like, oh, this person doesn't have time for nobody. All they care about is themselves. And they've released the entire trajectory of this shit right here. Okay? And they're tired of giving their love to someone, to people that do not know how to reciprocate it. And it's not even about reciprocate it, it's just a feeling. This person carries a lot of responsibilities, not just for themselves, but for a lot of people. Work life, personal life, all of that included. And they go through periods of feeling like burnt out, unable to really focus on their creativity. They feel blocked. They have writer's block. They don't know what the fuck to do anymore. It's hard to manifest. And it's like all of that doom and gloom is associated with certain groups and certain social lives and things like that. And this person is never appreciated for all that they do. This person does a fucking lot. I'm picking up strong Capricorn energy. We have the Lovers, okay? So this person is giving all of that up because they really want love. They really want a genuine partnership. And they're clearing out closet. They're clearing out karma. They're clearing out 333, creating a new life for themselves. And they're severing ties, cutting cords, like really cutting cords. And they're coming in to shoot their shot. And I feel like this is going to be a very balanced union. So if you've been living a life of people betraying you, stabbing you in the back, this person's not going to do that. 10, 10, 10 here as well. This person went through a breakup. They may have had 3 different significant relationship breakups, but this is someone that's a lot older, male or female. Bottom line, they're mature, stable, affirmative action. Okay, and I do feel like for many of you, this is someone new. Okay. And I feel like this person has been waiting until they're ready, or till they feel like you're ready. Yeah, then I say they've been waiting to feel like you're ready before they reach out. Or vice versa. You could be a Taurus in this energy right now, and there's someone that you want to reach out to. Okay? Let go of control issues and enjoy quality time together. This is definitely someone that's either been single for a very long time, or they've been like in isolation, away from people, just focusing on themselves, going through their own spiritual awakenings. But you're about to find out that someone got mutual feelings for you. How you're going to also know this person is not going to come in requiring some type of intimacy. They're not going to come to you on a sexual tip. No. They're not going to come to you on a sexual tip. Do I feel like this person is attracted to you? Absolutely. But they respect you. I don't think this person is going to rush into that at all. At all. They feel like been there, done that is what I'm hearing. So this is about to start very soon. So if you've been in a season of the hangman energy, changing the perspective, going through life experiences, that's just one more, just one decision got to be made. I feel like it's about time now. It has nothing to do with you. Like I said, I was telling you about time travel. This last part is about time travel. I feel like this would be a very intimate, secretive relationship. And when I say secretive, I mean like I'm not seeing like the public eye in this connection. It feels like it's intimate. It's between you and them. All right, shot clock. Okay, this may be just a friends type of situation, friends to lovers. Like you guys may have just been friends and it had never got to go any further than that. Like you guys never got to do anything more. Maybe this person views you, they respect your opinion or you respect theirs. There's this energy of healing though with take care. But this person may come in. There's an element of you and I don't know. Because this could be like a healer energy as well. This is like someone coming into your shop or your place of, like, say you have a shop or a store, someone's coming into your shop and they're coming to fucking buy crystals or something like that, and you meet this random person, but they're coming to get some healing or look for crystals, and you would never think that this person is interested in you, but it's not about the lust factor for this person. I feel like this person just feels like you deserve love, and that's just how you're gonna know. This person does not love with the intention of getting something in return. This person just fucking loves. You know, this is the type of energy of the type of person that when you give money to someone that's homeless on the street, you're not giving it to them with the intention of them paying you back, or because it's a write-off, or because you want to post a picture like, hey, I did this for a homeless person. No, when you see a panhandler, you see someone, whether they're lying or they're telling the truth, when you give that money to them, you're giving it out of the kindness of your heart, and you're moving on with your life. You're never thinking about following up with that person to ask them, so what'd you do with my $20? You know, like, that's just no. And I feel like this person feels like this is so fucking comfortable. It's like this person just takes the damn book bag off your motherfucking back and you finally get to fucking sit down. And it feels as many people have not deserved this person love. And if you're a cold-hearted person, as far as like being unable to trust and trust another person, it's because you too give your love to people that have only take. But the most precious part about this person is the fact that they have a very loving heart. They do. But I do feel like this is older. One of you have to be older than the other, or y'all just extremely wise old souls in general. I feel like at the time when this person may have met you or you met them, maybe they still had to heal. Whatever the hang up has been, this person has it over time. They've been feeling safe, or you've been feeling safe to learn from each other. Okay, reading. Okay, we got reading. We have a book here or something like that. This is like constantly going to, you know, Barnes and Noble, reading a book, and come to find out the person you're gonna be with for the rest of your life is sitting in Barnes and Nobles every other day with you. Shit like this. That's what I'm seeing here. So I really hope this helps. I know I struggled to get the message out, but thank y'all for being patient, and I'm sending y'all lots of love, wisdom, and guidance on your journey. Until the next one.